By around 1 in the morning, Miller was completely exhausted. His hands were numb and his whole body ached. But the massive rock still would not move. Before leaving, Miller covered Collins with a blanket. Then he hung a light bulb around Collins's neck to help keep him warm before crawling out of the cave in disappointment. But the situation continued to deteriorate rapidly. On the 6th day of Collins's entrapment, after many volunteers had entered the cave repeatedly, and after meltwater from the campfires outside flowed into the tunnel, the temperature and humidity inside the cave began to fluctuate. This made the already fragile tunnel extremely unstable. Before long, another collapse occurred inside the cave. A crash echoed from the entrance, but Johnny Gerald still stepped forward. Risking being buried alive, he crawled back into the tunnel to rescue his friend. Over the next 8 hours, Gerald entered and exited Sand Cave at least 5 times. As he went, he cleared loose rocks from the path and reinforced the cave walls with wooden boards. At last, he successfully reopened the blocked passage. Although the passage was still extremely narrow, it was at least wide enough for him to bring food to his friend. At that moment, Collins began to cry. He had thought no one would ever come back to save him. By this point, Gerald felt that they could not delay any longer. After all, the cave could collapse again at any moment. When he returned to the surface, he gathered more people and planned to coat the rock with Vaseline. This time, he was determined to free his friend. But when Gerald entered the cave again, he was stunned. The ceiling had collapsed even more severely. Loose rocks, sand, and mud had completely blocked the passage. Gerald shouted toward the inside, but all he heard was Collins's weak voice answering back. Seeing that his friend's condition was getting worse, Gerald tried to keep clearing a path, but the rocks above seemed endless. As soon as he cleared one section, more debris collapsed from overhead. At one point, a large rock struck him directly in the back. Gerald broke down. He knew that if he did not leave immediately, he would be crushed to death inside as well. So he had no choice but to turn back at once and crawl toward the cave entrance. When he finally made it out, the collapsing debris behind him sealed the passage completely. Seeing Gerald sitting at the cave entrance and crying, Homer also tried to go in and rescue his brother, but the guards at the scene stopped him. By this point, entering the cave again meant facing an enormous risk of death, and even if someone did manage to get inside, there was no longer any way to provide Collins with meaningful help.